Hi, my name is Caitlin Smith, and this is my project on digital literacy. I'm going to share my screen. One moment. All right, so this is my project in media literacy, and the project is aimed at students who are in high school, and it's teaching about ethical and responsible use of technology for high school students. And it's also geared to students, not like teachers or anything, just students. All right, so this is my table of contents for the presentation. So I have an introduction slide, activity slide, informational slides, call to action slide, and inclusion. And I also have some other things that go deeper into this, resources that can be used to help teach students about digital literacy. All right, so just for my introduction, with the rise in technology, there's a growing importance of teaching safety with internet technology to help promote student well-being. And the reason why, even though that's one sentence, the reason why I constructed this sentence is because technology is so new, and in the past 25 years, it's grown rapidly and developed and innovated rapidly. And it's important for educators and those in the library system to be up to date on this information to promote safety among students, not just for the school or the libraries, but also for students' well-being and safety. So by giving them tools and resources and teaching them how to be safe, they can accomplish those things of how to keep themselves safe, how to keep their peers safe, how to keep the school safe, the library safe, how to keep their um, technology safe and things like that. Because without teaching them this, they won't how to know use these skills. All right, so I have a game to help teach students on how to teach these skills, and this can be like a good icebreaker. So the game mode I use was Kahoot, and it's an ethical technology activity that teaches about news and media literacy. And because this is aimed at high school, many students are using technology in a variety of different ways. So they're not just using like an elementary school, they're using specific programs. Typically in middle school and high school, that's when school districts branch out and they let students research things on their free will on their computer. They still have limitations, but not as many as like an elementary school student. So it's important to teach them how to research uh, um, effectively with using the news and media to actually get accurate information for projects and research and things and whatnot. So, like I said, this Kahoot game focuses on how to make ethical and responsible decisions based on news and media literacy. So I have the game right here, and it includes like different things. This can be interactive, so teachers can teach this lesson, or like administrators or school librarians or other like admin can also teach this lesson. So it's broken up into multiple parts. It's like a multi like it's this not as much as the Kahoot or as like whoever wins. I mean, it still does have a winning prompt, but it's more also like educational, almost like a peer deck or things like that. So the first side focuses on teens' opinions about online news, a true or false game, a little quiz, a puzzle, another quiz, a slide, a poll, another poll, and the last poll. All right, so I'm just gonna play solo just to give you like an idea of what's included in this. And Kahoot's a great game that can be used by educators and students because it's a free platform that is fun for students and even children from as young as like first or second grade up to high school and college love using this platform to help learn, and children actually learn better through games and interactive activities. So it has different ways. So let's do classic mode. I'll just type in my name. And it's giving me.
Knowing what's going on in the world is awesome, but reading the news online can be tricky. What you see can be
Right, so it gave me like a fake few other people to play with. You know, I'm playing so like the digital, so you can also do that with students. Maybe you have one on one. So it gave me between 2018, 2019, it gives you data surveyed 2000 students in the US. We asked how they felt about the issues, social media, what they said. And it shows that the different social media platforms that they use and the rise of children using like smartphones and things like that. All right. And also like with this, you can annotate and like also go to the next thing. Okay, and we'll escape out of here. Erase my screen. All right, so it gave you like the data, true or false. The number of teens who said they use social media multiple times a day are 30 increased by 36%. So it's actually giving them like actual data to help back up these claims so students can actually that also does show them how to use media effectively with using like data and things like that. All right, and it shows you the actual answers, and it has a multiple different ways like puzzles, a quiz, a slide, and poll. So it actually gives like brings like a more a community base so the students can like interact with each other and think like, oh, what is the majority think? What is not the majority think? All right. And it also provides at the end of the slide wants to learn more. So it says main digital solution if students don't have a clear right or wrong answer. But you can learn more by starting conversations with your classmates and friends. And for more free resources, visit at commonsense.org digital citizenship. So I gave those students like more information on where to go to learn more about issues and to be prepared for these things. All right, so why is digital literacy important? So this goes about the informational slide and the importance of being media literate in today's digital age. So understanding media's influence. The reason that I access this topic is to help promote user and internet safety among teens. The benefits of this learning about this is that it fosters like healthy interactions with students and others or teachers and themselves to keep themselves safe. So the consequences of not following these rules is being either like we'll remark more of this in the next slide, like being reprimanded by the school, harm to others, harms to oneself, and even like their technological property if it's not maintained by not making ethical choices and being responsible with their technology. And I just really like this quote from Education in the World because even though it's important to teach educational safety responsibility, it's also great to teach students that technology is a great tool at their disposal and they can do so much with it that they're able to learn so many different things and do so much with it that people weren't able to do 50 years ago. So it says there is also always a purpose for technology use. Think of how, when, why, and what's the purpose of using it. Think of ways to be creative and innovative. Think about commuting and collaborating with others globally to learn about another country. Think about how much students can learn via the internet. Think about how to use it to prepare today's learners to be successful citizens of the 21st century. Think about all the possibilities. So you think about also from an educator standpoint and a student standpoint of when you have that mindset, it's easier to make more ethical, responsible decisions with technology to use as a place of collaboration and learning and growth and innovation and communicating, collaborating with others. When you have that in mind, it makes you want to make more ethical decisions and be more responsible and using it ethically to produce these results. So this is just like a little example I would use to teach the students about what's ethical versus unethical examples. And it kind of shows like things, interactions that students might be faced with and how to make that ethical decision. So it says using educational tools to fix your grammar and spelling, not to write your essay. So with the rise of technology like Grammarly and things like that, or ChatGPT, students might want to use these tools to help them, which is great. So like Grammarly helps you with your grammar and spelling, which is a great tool, but not over relying on it to make it write your whole essay like a ChatGPT, right? And teaching students on ways to be ethical, but also the consequences of making some ethical behavior, like using ChatGPT can get you reprimanded by the school and things like that. So it's important to also teach the consequences. Another ethical decision to make is keeping your passwords private and not sharing them with friends and strangers. So students might not think like, oh, I'm just giving my friend my password just in case, but they might not understand that that friend might share their password with somebody else, and then someone's hacking in or logging into their tech technological account and could be defaming them or doing a whole bunch of things that's not appropriate and then getting that student in trouble. So it's teaching students how to keep themselves safe and their friends safe and others around them safe. When making a project that requires others' work, either ask their permission, cite, or use public works. So with students growing in more with high school, they're doing more projects and research and things like that. So they're pulling these resources from different organizations. And they might be pulling from correct organizations that might be like government websites, organizations, things that are vetted, popular and reputable companies and scholarly journals and things like that, but they might not know how to cite them or ask permission or use these public works. So it's important as teachers and public librarians to also teach these students on how to use these domains and how to use these works to cite them properly because they're great tools to use the internet. But if you're not citing it correctly, you're either copywriting or plagiarizing it, which can either get you in trouble with the school for plagiarism and not citing sources correctly, or let's say it's an artistic approach and you're using people's images without their consent, that can get you in trouble with copyright and things like that. And that can also be another way a student can be reprimanded. So just teaching them how to use that and the importance of that and why you wouldn't want someone else to take your work so don't take other people's works. And lastly, being kind to others online and keep the online space safe for yourself and others. So it's important to students to be like on social media to be respectful to others and to be kind because with technology, we're trying to, like I said, make a collaborative space that's connecting others, but in a positive way. So by being unethical in this way, you can get in trouble with hurting your peers, hurting yourself, because they can come back to you and things like that and get you in trouble. So it's just teaching them how to be kind because it should be a safe space for others and students to be on there. All right, so these are called action steps. So these are things that you can teach students on how to be more ethical. So with educational settings, when you're in an educational setting, while using technology, ensure you keep integrity. Technology in school should be used for educational reasons only and mainly. Just keep students safe. Be mindful of what you search in for and put on your technology, as many students don't know that schools are tracking what students are looking up, what they're typing, even on Google Docs and things like that. They might not even be aware of that, and they can track specifically what each student's looking at and what sites they're going to. So it's teaching students the importance of making sure you're going on the correct websites and not inappropriate websites or saying inappropriate things because the school can track that. And if you're doing unethical behavior, you can be reprimanded for that. And depending on the action, you can be reprimanded severely. All right, number two is covering privacy. So going back to things talking about unethical and ethical examples, protect your personal information and privacy. This includes not sharing your passwords with others because, like I said before, you know someone could be like logging into your account, changing things, changing assignments, emailing people randomly, and that's why it's important to keep it to yourself and keep those things guarded so people don't log into your account and make unethical choices, making it seem like it was you. Number three is copyright. So, like I said before, copyright is students might not know this, but it's a form of intellectual property that is given to the author of the work. When using someone's work, make sure to either ask permission or find a work that is free for public domain or use. So going back to citing sources, but also like the public domain and copyright, most students don't know how to find resources that can be used for public domain. So it's important to teach students the websites that offer these resources and whatnot. Like if you're an arts teacher and you want students to make a collage with real pictures, teach the students like what websites can be used to access images and pictures and photographs that are free for public domain and use, so they don't get copyrighted. All right, in conclusion, as an educator for students, my goal is to continue this like professional development as an educational technology to continue to learn about new innovations in educational technology as technology is rapidly changing. It's important as educators for us to teach these students on how to make ethical decisions as well as learning how to effectively use these tools to expand student learning and overall classroom success. All right, then the way I plan to make these goals is by like research through educational blogs, scholarly journals, professional development collaborative tools, and just model this for students. So teaching them what websites are reputable and ethical. This can also be used as a 2.0 way method for a teacher can also learn to teach their students and how she did it or he or her did it. And this will also make sure I'll be up to date on the evolving technology introduced to educational spaces and educational platforms. And this is my ethical use brochure. So I have Ascension Parish Library that says for, and this is like a QR code. So so parents or students or teachers or admin can scan it and it'll go to the website and they can look at different like educational resources that the library has on teaching students on how to make ethical and responsible decisions with technology and different like games and things like that and other resources they can use. All right, and this is just a brochure to better help teach students about how to use ed- ethical technology and being safe. So educational settings, when using technology, ensure you keep integrity. Like I said before, technology in school should be used for educational purposes. Privacy, protect your personal information. As I said before, don't share your passwords with your peers or friends or strangers. Copyright, like I said before, it's a form of intellectual property. So just making sure the students know that. And when using someone's work, make sure you cite and appropriate digital behavior. And overall, appropriate digital behavior includes making safe, ethical, legal, and responsible decisions. So when students are, every time they open up their laptop, make sure you emphasize them, are you making ethical, safe, legal, and responsible decisions? And if not, maybe if not, or you don't know, you can ask a librarian or admin or teacher for more guidance on what I can do to be more ethical and safe. And overall, this will allow students to be safe with their lives themselves, their peers, their school, their teachers and admin to keep everyone safe, including themselves. All right, and this is an ethical technology workshop. So come and bring your team. This is a message to parents to the educational technology class. This class is upcoming this February 23rd, 2025. This workshop is intended from teens from 12 years old to 17 years old. And overall, this workshop is just meant to teach how to make more ethical decisions. Also like copyright classes, how to find free and public domain resources and things like that. It's like an arts class, incorporating technology with that. A bullying class, how to stop like online bullying, what to do when you see online bullying happen. So just going more in depth on each of these topics on how students can keep themselves safe, how they can keep others safe. So, and it's a free class, like I said, February 23rd, 2025. All right, thank you so much. That is my presentation on media literacy for high school students on how to make ethical and responsible decisions for themselves, their peers, and their school, and everyone around them. All right, thank you.